I'm into personal development, but I realized that if you're constantly seeking personal growth and development from a place of being broken, you will always feel lacking, as if there's something wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. I want you to just know that you're worth celebrating and stop waiting for other people to celebrate you. You can do that for yourself. I remember back then I thought I needed to be a high performer in order for me to be worthy of love, but I realized that I cannot find myself in those achievements, and I just had to stop and face myself. So even as you make progress, even as you make changes, do it from a place of wholeness. How can you transform your life? By loving yourself unapologetically. Learning to love myself as a woman has been a game changer for me in my life. Not loving yourself creates a pattern of dysfunction. However, when you love yourself, you create a life that you love as well. Your external environment then becomes a reflection of your internal environment. My name is Lorraine. Welcome to this episode. Remember to subscribe and please like this video so that more people can find it just like you. There was once a time when I didn't like myself at all, and I used to have this hunched walk when I was in primary school. And I actually remember one day my uncle saying to me, "No, Laura, you have to learn how to walk upright." And he would make me walk up and down the passageway, and I had to learn how to just straighten my shoulders because I just used to always just hide and hunch. I remember back then I thought I needed to be a high performer in order for me to be worthy of love. And then as an adult, this left me, always constantly wanting to make all these achievements, thinking that I was going to find myself in those achievements. But I realized that I cannot find myself in those achievements, and I just had to stop and face myself. So then I embarked on a journey, and if you haven't heard my story, or if you haven't listened to my story, then definitely watch the episode before this, because I share my story about how I quit my job and the life lessons that came out of that. So what self-love habits, both mindset and practical, can you start implementing in order for you to love yourself more? Regularly tune in to your inner guidance through silence, through meditation, through prayer. So I know that for me as a Christian, this is through reading my Bible and just having that time to pray in the mornings before I start the day. But taking that time to tune in with my inner guidance really made a big shift within myself, because then I could just acknowledge myself as a human being. And as a result of that, I started trusting my inner gut, my inner instinct. And I want you to start doing the same on a regular basis. Journal regularly about yourself and your experiences. So I started journaling way back in high school, because back then my mom was in the United Kingdom, and she always used to send me a planner, or she would send me a journal for my birthday. And these were very beautiful journals and planners. So I started journaling at a very, very young age. And now over the years, I've kept that habit up. And I remember watching YouTube videos about the benefits of journaling. I'm like, oh, okay, I started doing this way before I knew that it was a thing, and way before I knew that it has any benefits. But journaling enables you to really take whatever you're thinking inside, put it on paper. It is a powerful way of actually processing your thoughts. It's a powerful way of processing your emotions. It has been a powerful method of self-healing for me as well, because through journaling, you can bring out all those negative thoughts, the inner mean voice that tells you you're not worthy, the inner mean voice that tells you that you're not worth loving, and you can start bringing it out on paper and actually journaling powerful words for yourself. I remember for me, I went through a time where I read Louise Hay's book, You Can Heal Your Life, and she really talks about the power of loving yourself. And she guides you through an exercise of saying, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And she teaches from the premise that if you love yourself, most of the problems that you have or that you think you have would simply drop away, because they can no longer exist in the version of you that is loving yourself. So I want to encourage you to start journaling today. And if you're already journaling, I want to encourage you to do it on a regular basis. So if you're not doing it daily, maybe do it every third to fourth day. Just spend some time writing down, journaling, write your goals, your vision. Remind yourself that you love yourself. Remind that girl that she is loved and she is worth loving. Make changes from a place of wholeness, not from a place of brokenness. You see, I'm into personal development, but I realize that if you're constantly seeking personal growth and development from a place of being broken, you will always feel lacking, as if there's something wrong with you, right? But I think that as human beings, there's always room to grow, but you're not broken. There's nothing wrong with you. So even as you make progress, even as you make changes, do it from a place of wholeness where you acknowledge yourself as a whole human being who is lacking in nothing. Because perfection is impossible. And the thing is, many people even just put their lives on hold because they're waiting to be perfect. But that day will never come. But instead, start seeing yourself as a person who is whole. And therefore, the changes you make, they are just, a cherry on the cake. I'm not saying don't improve in your life. Definitely do improve. I'm always challenging myself to grow. That now, instead of challenging myself to grow from a place of lacking, oh my goodness, I need this, I challenge myself to grow from a place of wholeness. This one was a game changer for me. Practice gratitude regularly. There was a time when I was practicing gratitude every single day. I'd wake up in the morning, I get my cup of tea because I'm a lover of tea and I need tea in order for me to get going. I would get my cup of tea, read my Bible, pray, and then I would write down 10 things I'm grateful for. And usually the list looked the same. So for me, I'll be like, I'm grateful that I'm alive and healthy. I'm grateful that I have a loving family. I'm grateful for my career and job. I'm grateful for, whatever was happening in my life at that time. I would write down what I was grateful for every single day. And what I noticed is that it made me happier. It made me more joyful. It made me start appreciating the small things in life. So what about you? Why don't you start with daily being grateful for 3 things? Just be grateful. Even if you think it's a small thing, be grateful for it. I remember in 2010 when I first came to Australia, no pun intended here, but there's an Australian term called whinging, where people just complain, about small things, big things, just complaining. And I used to find it weird, like they'll be like maybe complaining about the tap water. And I'm thinking, well, I'm just grateful to have this amazing tap water. And I don't know if culturally you're from a place where people whinge or complain. And usually when you start your gratitude practice, you will stop that background complaining, because I think that complaining becomes a habit, and before you know it, the glass or the lens through which you look at life become tainted. So practice gratitude and let me know in the comments below what 3 things you're grateful for today, because I would love to hear your thoughts. Fill your cup regularly by doing things that you love doing. So last year, I actually learned how to ride a bike, and that was one of the most exciting things that I did. And then this year, my good friend just, booked a horse riding trip for us, and we had the most divine morning. We were doing it through this program. It's called the Adventurous Women SA, but they have it in all Australian states. And what happens is there's this women who organize adventurous trips for people across Australia. So we did it. And we just had such amazing laughs. We had an amazing time. And part of loving yourself is really reconnecting with that play, fun on a routine basis, I know for me, one thing that really fills my cup is going to the beach at least once a week. When I'm not in a hurry, I just look at the waves, I just soak in the sun. If it's sunny, or I love going for long walks as well. They just rejuvenate me. They're just a powerful way of filling my cup. And as for you, how can you fill your cup? And you see, when I talk about these things, people think that, oh my goodness, I don't have the money. But these can be free things. Like if you have a candle lying in your house that someone gifted you last year and you've never lit that candle, turn the lights off, light the candle, fill the bath, and just have this romantic solo evening to yourself, just filling your cup on a regular basis. Before we move on, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and also hit that like button because we want more amazing people just like you to find this video. And if you're finding value from this as well, can you just do me a favor and share this with another woman who needs to hear this? Share it with them on WhatsApp, post it on your status. I would just love you forever if you do that. If you're looking to up-level your career, be sure to register for my free workshop on how to get promoted quicker, and also you will receive the free A-Z Playbook on how to prepare for the conversation with your manager. Link to register is in the description and also in the comments. Moving right along. Know your feminine rhythm. Go hard when it's time to go hard, and go slow or pace yourself when it's time to go slow. I see women, because the corporate industry is really masculine, it's built for men, right? And I see women, just putting down their femininity and they want to become like men. But you succeed even more when you acknowledge the rhythm of your body and when you acknowledge yourself as a woman, because us as women, we have so many areas of strengths that men do not have by virtue of them being men. And so there are so many strengths that we have. We're relationship orientated, we're good team builders, we are good at keeping the team together. So you don't need to lay down your feminine energy in order to always be on this rush masculine energy all the time. But knowing your feminine rhythm, I know for me, knowing my rhythm, going hard when it's time to go hard. Like I know, like when I'm recording these videos, usually it's that time of the month when I'm just woohoo, like life is good. I go hard during that time because I know that the time of the month comes when I need to just go slow. I need to slow down a bit. I need to rest more, and I need to just nurture, self-soothe. And that is a powerful way to love yourself. Surround yourself with high vibe, like-minded women. And if you don't have these women in your life yet, you know what? Just set an intention to have these high vibe women around you, and it will happen for you. I know that early this year, I set an intention and I said a prayer. I was like, dear God, I pray that this year I will be surrounded by these amazing high vibe women. And you know what? Within no time, these high vibe women have just formed a circle around me. And I want you to be able to do the same, because then they fill your cup when you're empty, they rejuvenate you, and then you also find your purpose from rejuvenating and just being with them. And I think there's just something magical about having these amazing girlfriends who understand you as a woman. The last self-habit is to, make it your routine to stop and celebrate small wins or small milestones. Don't just keep on going as if the progress you're making doesn't matter. It matters. I want you to just know that you're worth celebrating and stop waiting for other people to celebrate you. You can do that for yourself. As you do this consistently, it will become your character and you will learn to love yourself more each and every single day. I'm curious, do you think journaling makes any difference? Yes or no? Let me know in the comments below. Again, my name is Lorraine. I'm so happy that you joined us for this episode. If you haven't done so already, come on, let us make this relationship official. Definitely hit the subscribe button, and also I'm inviting you to like this video and share it with a good friend. If you're looking to up-level and advance your career, I'm inviting you to sign up for my free workshop on how to get promoted quicker. And when you do that, you get free access to the A-Z Playbook on how to prepare for the conversation with your manager. It sounds like a good deal to me. I'll see you next time.